Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy Jay from Keeping It Real, your arbiter of gaming news and commentary, hitting you off with a studio production video where you know this is your channel, where all gamers' voices are heard. With your boy Jay, always dropping the word. Keeping them other gaming YouTubers like, what you heard? And where you always know, we always keep it all the way real. So what's going on, everybody? I just want to thank you all for checking out my review of Mass Effect Andromeda. So, man, I'm just going to get started with, we all know there's been a lot of controversy about this game, man. From the faces, from the mess ups that was going on with BioWare, from them, cutting things out and then redoing things or putting it over to other teams and trying to do shortcuts. And man, I think it's got so much criticism. It really hurt the game. And for me personally, this has been a game that I didn't pick up initially, because I'm gonna keep it real, man. I was really holding out for the Xbox X. This was one of those games I thought was really beautiful, and I really wanted to kind of hold out for the Xbox X, but I'm just gonna keep it all the way. Man, this game came out for $20. So now you can go and pick it up at GameStop. I'm sure it's probably gonna be for a limited time, but you can pick this game up at GameStop for $20. I mean, a lot of us go out for dinner and spend more than that, man. So I said, man, you can't beat that deal with a baseball bat. Those some Black Friday deals right there. I'm going to have to go ahead and pick this one up. So, man, I went ahead and picked it up. And I'm going to tell you guys, I'm glad I did. So I'm going to go ahead and dig in a review. And this review is going to have a couple of different parts on it. I want to start with graphics. So the graphics in this game and just the visual display, man, is just beautiful. Now this is of course being played on the Xbox S, and I'm playing on my Xbox S, and I have a 4K TV, so it's gonna up-res it, and the visuals are just stunning. They really are. I was really taken away by the crisp visuals. It just looks beautiful. I don't have any complaints with it at all. The game, the draw distances are good. I'm not seeing or noticing any, a lot of dramatic frame drops or anything like that. The game plays smooth. It looks great, and the gameplay is really smooth. And I'm not seeing any tears or any pop-ins. It looks like it's playing really smooth. And just to let you guys know, that whole face thing, they look like they put in some patches and they fixed a lot of that. In my playthrough, when I was designing my character, I didn't have any real problems with that. The faces look a lot more natural and normal. So that wasn't even really a thing at this point. So if you guys are worrying about that, don't trip. That looks like that's fine. So the next thing I want to get into, man, is the sound. So the sound is great. The sound effects down to the banter talking between your characters, because you guys know you get a crew of characters that you're with, and the banter between the two is really great. For me personally, I just love going through my ship, exploring and talking to different people. The really cool thing about it is, man, you really everything is flushed out in the Mass Effect way, so it's really intuitive when it comes to talking to other people. It's just great. You just really feel like you get immersed in the story of being a Pathfinder, and it's just really cool. How the story starts out is really cool. And all the sound effects are all there in place, immersing you into the game, and you really feel like, man, you're in a galactic battle, battling it out. And they do a really good job on the sound. So the next thing I want to get into is story and plot. Man, the story and plot in this game is great. From the start, man, I was expecting, I didn't know what to expect. I try to come and not have no expectations, and I think that was another thing too. A lot of people may have had, I don't know what expectations they were having, but when I played this game, playing it through in the story, I think it's great. I'm loving it. It's really interesting how it starts out. I mean, you are the Pathfinder, man, and it's up to you to, you know, save human civilization, man, or to bring about a humanization, to find a new home. And I love that prospect, man, where it's all up to you to bring about a new home for thousands of colonists and for millions of people that will precede a lot of these colonists. Because you got to remember, this is something where you're basically establishing a new home for humanity. I mean, I just think that's a really cool prospect. It's a really cool story, and it's something for me I could definitely dig into. And I think in games, when it comes to story and plot, it really needs to pull you in and make you feel as if everything you're doing is meaning something. And I think Mass Effect Andromeda does a good job of that, making you feel that everything you're doing, it matters. This is something important. And it has a host of, you know, side missions to the story that flushes the story out. As you do those side missions, the story develops more, and it adds in those things that you've done, making it for an even more immersive and enriching experience. So you don't feel as if the things that you're going out to do, even if they're side missions, are just for nothing and they don't matter. Everything seems to matter in this game when it comes to that, when it comes to the story and plot, which is really cool and really interesting. And that's something I really enjoyed, you know, playing through. For me, I felt like it made me want to explore every nook and cranny. All the side missions, I felt like I wanted to do those first before I even touched the main story. And that is a really cool feature that makes you explore, because you find things, you run into things, resources, new weapons, weapon materials, all types of other stuff that flushes out things and really makes it a really cool experience. So that's for that. Next thing I want to get into is like the weapons and gear and the customization. I think that is really awesome how they do it, man. I mean, you're basically just going to planet to planet, getting these different resources and getting these different materials that allows you to be able to craft different gear and to be able to upgrade your weapons. And for me, this loot is a big thing for me. I'm just that type of guy. I come from a Borderlands type of background, so for me, that's just, you know, everything for me. I love doing that. I love just exploring and finding different gear, different materials, and then being able to craft stuff and then make myself more powerful. For me, I could spend a whole gaming session just doing that, just going through and exploring. And that's what I think this game allows you to do, which is really cool when it comes to weapons and gear. You just feel like you're ever so growing more powerful. And when it comes to the bionic powers, man, now it's gotten some criticism by some people who are Mass Effect players that, yeah, man, but this is going to hurt the replayability or replaying it back. And in my opinion, I think it has such a diverse lineup of different stuff that you could you know, get all these different abilities, and you can tie them together and create a skill set and then switch between those skill sets. But the thing is, for those people who don't like that, they simply just don't need to invest into those skill sets. All they have to do is just play. Let's just say if they wanted to be bionics, just do bionics, or just do Vanguard, or just do Soldier. Just do that one side of it and leave it at that. If you're just so concerned that you don't want to be able to have all types of different things, because that's going to cut your replayability to replay it again using different skills, well, then just don't use those skills. It doesn't force you to use them. It's your choice. If you want to invest your skill points into different skills and make yourself more diverse, or you could just keep it where you keep it to just one type of skill set. and then play through it again with a different type of skill set. So it still leaves for even those people to be able to have that experience any way they want to. It just leaves that diversity for those of us who wants to have all types of different skill sets and put them all together in one. Well, they have that option, and I love that. I love that they give you that option to be able to play it any way that you want to. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's a plus, not a negative, man. So a lot of that negativity that guys are saying, that I just don't really believe in that, because I don't think there's never anything wrong with giving a gamer choice. I think that's one of the most important things any developer can do. And I really pride the devs on this one, making that choice to make sure that, you know, gamers who wanted to have that more diverse character build, that they had the option to do that. So for me, that's a major plus. So going back into, I think, what is the final thing for me, and that's gameplay. Oh man, so far I think the first thing that's gonna catch you off guard is the jetpack, where you could boost. I just love it, man. It looks like they nailed it when it comes to the jetpack boosting, and just navigating around the landscape is really fun, man. I think that was one of the first things that caught me off guard that I really enjoyed, was just navigating with the jetpack. And I think just the back and forth gameplay is really fun, because basically, man, you have so many different tools at your disposal to basically play it any way you want, man. If you wanna do it where you're more stealthy, you got that. If you want to do it where your guns are blazing, you got that. If you want to do it where you're more strategical, you got that. Everything that you want to play the game, it gives you an avenue to play it any way that you want to. And the gameplay is just really smooth, and the AI is really good. They'll flank you. They'll try to get you out of cover, man. If you in cover, man, before you know it, they'll be behind you trying to pimp slap you from the side, man. It's like, if you don't watch out, you got to be on your toes. Now, for me, I'm playing it on hardcore. I mean, I suggest for any of you guys that are really experienced, just play it on hardcore. I normally don't play any game on normal. Most any game I play is going to be on the hard level, at least. That's where I start. So depending on your skill level, you know, it's depending. But for me, I think that really good experience is on hardcore on this game, and I'm just really enjoying it. So for me, this game gets a 8.5. And the reason why, the only thing that keeps it from getting just a perfect score, in my opinion, is the lack of worlds that you can go to. So you can travel the galaxy and go through different planets, but just like Mass Effect 3, you could analyze a lot of these planets, but you can't actually land on them. And I think for me, that was really a thing where, I heard back that they were going to be including a lot of these planets, but it got cut down because of time, and I'm sure probably money and resources as well. So they didn't want to flush it out. So they kind of made it to where the planets you do land on, it's a lot of stuff in it, and that's great. But for me personally, I was looking for the experience where a lot of these planets, you can land on any of these planets and actually be able to explore them. And that for me would have been great. And I think for me, that's one of the major things that holds this game back, in my opinion, for me, where I couldn't give it a better score than 8.5, because I felt kind of shortchanged with that. Like, I felt like this was something they did in Mass Effect 3, where this one coming up should have been something better than that. You should have been able to land on any planet, and I think that would have been awesome. I mean, just for you to land on the planet and then discover who knows what on that planet would have been a fun thing to do. It would have added a lot more replay value, and I think them not doing that is one major criticism I have about this game. So yeah, man, that's my my view on that, man. That's my review for this game. I want you guys to go ahead and check it out, man. It's only for $20. You can't beat that with a base pack. Go ahead and pick this game up, and tell me what you think. And if you already played it, hit me up in the comment box. Tell me what you think, and if you agree. All right, man, until the next time.